Hey guys, it's Reese here from Yes Supply, and I decided to just sit on my bed for this live, just changing it up. So today I'm going to talk about self-image. It's going to be a quick 5-minute live. I'm here in LA because I'm still in my little hotel room home until Monday, but I'm here in LA for Bob Proctor's Art of Goal Setting Conference. I literally cannot wait. I'm like shaking with excitement. It's going to be so good. And to get us ready for the conference this weekend, they sent us a little webinar last night, and one of the coaches on the webinar was talking about self image. And it brought up such a great point that a lot of the time, when we're planning on achieving some kind of goal, so maybe you want to make more money, maybe you finally want to start your business or a blog or apply for a new job or whatever it is, most of the time, just check to make sure my camera's recording. Most of the time, we're focused on what do we have to do, right? So you're thinking like, I want to start a business, so I have to do this. I have to get my PayPal account. I have to get the website. I have to create the sales funnel. I have to make the webinar. We get really, really, really caught up in all the doing, right? And then the thing is, a lot of the time people hit a roadblock because they say, well, I don't know how to do that, or I've never done that before, or other people can do it, but I don't know how to do it. And so self-image is really at the core of you creating whatever it is that you want in your life. It's really interesting because the other day I was talking to my husband, and we have been together for over 10 years, and we were just talking about how much like we love each other now, but we were also talking about how much we loved each other back then. But I can honestly say that I am not the same person then as I am now. I'm a completely different person. And a big part of what changed for me was my self image. So when I wanted to start my business, I recognized that the old me who saw myself as shy, who saw myself as um, like not confident, not smart, not interesting, I recognized that that version of me was never going to be the version of myself who was able to create like a brand and an empire and speak on stages and motivate people and inspire people and create content online. I would need to step into the version of myself who actually can do those things and it becomes effortless, right? And so a lot of people when they ask me like, how do you do live streams? How do you like talk so easily? How can you just stand on stage? It's because I recognize that the old identity I had was really holding myself back, right? Um, and it's not about fake it till you make it. A lot of people say, oh, fake it till you make it, fake it till you make it. But it really isn't about faking it till you make it because I can say that right now, I am the most me I have ever been in my entire life. Like, I used to overthink everything. Like, if someone asked me to speak in Spanish, I do not know Hablamos Espanol. Um, right now, I am the most me I have ever been in my life. I used to overthink everything, and I didn't even realize how kind of like trapped I was in my own thoughts. If I was having a conversation with someone, in the back of my head, I'd be thinking like, well, what are they going to think of me? What if I say this? Is there something in my teeth? Like, do I look okay? Are they just being nice because they want to get something out of me? Like, I didn't really trust myself, and it held me back from a lot of things. And when you release all of the negative programming, because remember, the first 7 years of your life, you're being programmed. You're being programmed by TV, you're being programmed by your parents, your teachers, all those kinds of things. And if the people around you don't have the kind of life or beliefs that you want to have now, that's probably why you're not achieving the things that you want to have. So if your parents maybe grew up and didn't have their own business, and they're programming you with the beliefs and values of people who don't have a business, and when you're ready to start a business, it's going to seem really scary because you weren't surrounded by that. Whereas people who are surrounded by that, that are instilled with that, with those beliefs, with those values for the first 7 years of their life, then when they're ready to do that, it seems so much easier because they're familiar. So one of the things that you want to ask yourself is, whatever it is that I want in my life, whether it's having a relationship, maybe you want a boyfriend or a husband or whatever it is, or maybe it's having a successful business or being someone who travels or whatever it is, ask yourself, for me to get those things that I want to get, Am I being the person who I need to be, right? Because if you're being the person that you need to be, then having those things is going to be so much easier, right? Your subconscious mind will never make you a liar, and your subconscious mind is thousands of times more powerful than your conscious mind. So if and remember, you have this track on repeat over and over again, telling yourself who you are, how you run your day, how organized you are, how focused you are, how smart you are, how much you procrastinate or how much you don't procrastinate. You have this track running on repeat over and over and over and over and over and over and over again in your subconscious mind. And if you don't take a look at what is that track that is playing on repeat over and over again, then it's not going to actually be serving you in getting or having or doing the things that you want to do. So one of the important things is to ask yourself, who is messaging me like nonstop right now? Let me mute Facebook. Okay. One of the things that you want to ask yourself is, one of the things that you want to ask yourself is, for me to have those things that I want to have, how would I show up, right? This is actually a great thing to grab your journal out and actually journal on this. So for me to have the things that I want to have, so just say you want to be a six-figure business owner. In order for you to get to that point, who is it that you would be, right? How would you dress? How would you introduce yourself? How would you spend your mornings? Would you spend, if you were a successful business owner, would you spend your mornings scrolling Instagram and looking at what everyone else is doing? Or would you spend your mornings complaining about, the clothes that you have or don't have in your closet? Or would you just be like self-sabotaging? Or would you have positive beliefs about yourself? Would you be grateful for the things that you have because you have amazing things? And almost like how a child imagines themselves being a superhero, or like being a pink Power Ranger. I think I just talked about this the other day. Just like how a child, they imagine themselves and they get into that zone. In order for you to have the things that you want to have, you want to actually be that person. So see it in your mind, feel it. Go there first in your heart, go there first in your mind, and believe that it is already true for you before you even see it show up in your physical reality. So ask yourself, think about the thing that you want, then ask yourself, who is the person who has this thing that you want, right? I know for me, before I started my business, I wasn't showing up online, sharing my point of view or adding value or giving training or giving education, because I didn't believe that my point of view was valuable. I didn't believe that I had anything to say. I didn't believe that anybody would ever listen to me. So I had to actually shift into that belief that what I had to say was valuable, was helpful, was important, that there was people that did need to hear it. And it was because I shifted that belief into, what I have to say is valuable. What I have to say can help people. And I was grateful for where I was, and I worked from the place where I was. It was because I started at that place that I was able to get to that next level. So it's really, really important to ask yourself, if you want to have a certain lifestyle or have certain things, ask yourself, what are the characteristics of this person? Are they organized? Are they focused? Do they speak before being spoken to? Are they confident? Are they generous? And then ask yourself, am I being that in my everyday? Not just when I'm at my best in a work meeting, but am I being that when I go to the grocery store? Am I being that when I hop in my Uber? And if you're not, ask yourself, why not? If you want it, don't tell yourself you can't have it. I used to be very disorganized. When I grew up, my room was always a mess. Everything about me was very, very unorganized. But I recognized, for me to have a successful business, I have to be organized, right? And so instead of saying, oh, well, I'm not organized, I guess I can't run a business, I decided to find out, well, what are some practices that I can do to help me get organized? So I started planning my day. I started, having a home. This is what I learned from Marie Kondo, having a home for everything. So I have a home for everything in my home, like a place where the keys go, a place where, my pants go in my wardrobe, a place where my work stuff goes, and a drawer for like different files and that kind of thing. And then also in my business, I have certain places online in Google Drive where I organize certain things, right? So I didn't tell myself, oh, I've never been that way, so I can't be that way. I said, oh, I've never been that way, but this is how I want to be, and I can work on those practices and I can work on those habits, because at the end of the day, you're how you're showing up with your personality isn't you. You are a soul inside a body, but how you're showing up is because of your environment. And if you've grown up in an environment that hasn't supported you in getting to where it is that you want to be, then find a new environment, join a mastermind, go to these kinds of events that I'm going to, join a certification program, like join a place where there's people that think like how you want to think, and surround yourself with that, or surround yourself with the information and knowledge that's going to help you start to think that way. And before you know it, those characteristics or those ways of thinking that seem really far fetched, you'll actually eventually be able to install, and they'll be really easy. This is something that NLP is really, really great for as well. So NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, is something that I teach in the Yes Apply coaching method. And what we do is we actually use the programming language of the mind, so you can work with the basic programmings of your mind and make those shifts and make those changes really, really easily in a matter of 5 or 10 minutes. So guys, hopefully this was helpful. If you're looking at your goals and you're asking yourself, why are they not getting closer to me, or why am I not achieving them? Then ask yourself, well, am I showing up and being the person who has those things? And believe in yourself that you already are that person. If you crave to be that person, you already are that person. You might just have beliefs or stories that you're telling yourself that are making it seem like it's not possible for you. So I love you guys so much. I will see you in the next video. If this helped you or made you look at things in a different way, let me know in the comments if this helped you. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more videos or what kind of videos you'd like me to put out. And I'm going to go meet Bob Proctor in like 30 minutes. So I'm super excited, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Thanks, Kristen.